Welcome to the Ask Ralph podcast, where listening to an experienced financial professional can help you make sense of confusing questions, current headlines, and industry trends about taxes, small business, financial decision-making, investment strategies, and even the art of proper budgeting, as Ralph makes the complex simple by sharing his real-world knowledge with all things financial. Now here's your host, Ralph Estep Jr.
Welcome back to Ask Ralph, the podcast where I answer your burning questions about finance, taxes, and everything in between. I'm Ralph Estep Jr., your host, and today we're diving into a very special topic, and that's tax savings ideas specifically tailored for barbers and professionals in the cosmetology industry. We'll discuss how to handle tips and payments from cash apps, explore retirement options, and share some money-saving ideas, so stay tuned.
Ask Ralph will be right back.
Hey, I want to take a few minutes and just tell you about the latest book I've written. The name of the book is Mastering Your Finances, Your Personal Guide to Financial Freedom. And listen, folks, it's not just a book. This is an actual roadmap to securing a thriving financial future. As a seasoned accountant, I penned this book to put the power of financial planning right at your fingertips. This book will transform your financial landscape from a confusing maze of numbers and jargon to a clear and well-trodden path towards prosperity. This book is written for every potential user, from the first-time person trying to get their finances in order to a well-seasoned person who's been trying to do this for a long time. So what I want you to do is to discover the profound impact of strategic planning as you journey through real-life examples, practical tips, and insightful advice. This book is more than a guide. It's a lifeline to financial literacy and independence. This is a way for you to take control of your financial destiny and embrace the freedom that comes with financial stability. This book is an essential read for anyone seeking to navigate the world of personal finance with confidence and ease. The book is available right now on Amazon.com. You just search for the name Ralph Estep, and you can get it either on paperback or on Kindle. So check it out when you get a chance.
And now back to the podcast.
Hey, before we get started today, I just want to say, if you know anybody that would benefit from the Ask Ralph podcast, I would certainly encourage you to share this episode and other episodes with them. You know, we provide this information for free, and we just want people to get value from it. So, like I said, today we're going to talk about some tax-saving ideas for barbers and other cosmetology professionals. If you're a barber or work in a cosmetology profession, you know that managing your finances can be as challenging as crafting the perfect haircut or flawless makeup. But fear not, because I'm here to provide you with some tax-saving strategies that could make a real difference in your financial life. So let's start with some tax tips for payments from cash apps. You know, the truth is many clients today prefer to pay with digital platforms like Venmo or Cash App, which can make tracking your income a bit more complicated. It's crucial to keep accurate records of all your transactions, including tips received through these apps. By maintaining detailed records, you can report your income accurately and maximize your deductions. So you need to understand that these cash platforms, and I talked about this in a podcast a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, they're going to track this information, and they may very well send you a tax form at the end of the year. So it's of the utmost importance that you're keeping track of all this information. So when it comes to taxes, it's also essential to consider retirement options. As a self-employed barber or cosmetologist, you have several retirement savings choices available to you. One popular option is a simplified employee pension, or a SEP IRA. With a SEP IRA, you can contribute a portion of your income and potentially receive a tax deduction for your contributions. It's really a great way to save for the future while reducing your current tax liability. Of course, another retirement option to consider is a solo 401k. This plan allows you to contribute both as an employer and employee, potentially maximizing your contributions and tax savings. Additionally, a solo 401k offers some flexibility in terms of borrowing against your retirement funds if needed. So that's all great, but let's talk about some money-saving ideas specifically for barbers and cosmetology professionals. One tip is to take advantage of industry-specific tax deductions. For example, did you know you can deduct expenses like professional development courses, salon booth rental fees, and even the cost of your tools and supplies? By keeping track of these expenses, you can potentially reduce your taxable income and save money on your tax bill. Another money-saving idea is to consider becoming an independent contractor. Now, if you're currently an employee, this change in status can allow you to deduct additional business expenses such as mileage, salon rental fees, and even a portion of your home office if you have one. However, it's important to consult with a tax professional to ensure you navigate this transition properly. So what I'm talking about here is a lot of barbers and cosmetologists are really not independent contractors, and they're not therefore eligible to deduct the cost of their expenses. If you're getting a W-2 from the salon where you work or the barbershop where you work, it really does restrict your ability to take these deductions. So one of the things you might want to talk about is, could you transition to the role of a subcontractor or, a self-employed person, independent contractor? It would really potentially help you. I know a lot of barber shops. My son Gage is a barber. He's actually in the training to be a barber, I should say more accurately. And, he gets a commission based on, the cuts he does, but he's paid as a W-2 employee. So it does really restrict what he's able to write off as far as expenses related to his trade. Now, in his particular case, I don't know whether the place where he works would consider making him an independent contractor, but something to think about if you have that option. Remember, these are just a few tax-saving ideas for barbers and cosmetology professionals. Each person's financial situation is unique, so it's always beneficial to seek personalized advice from a qualified accountant or tax professional who understands the intricacies of your industry. Now, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Ask Ralph. I hope you found these tax-saving strategies helpful. If you have any more questions or topics you'd like me to cover, please reach out. Remember, you can email me at ralph@askralph.com. And if you found this episode to be useful, share it with somebody or leave a review on our podcast page and tell us how we're doing. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, take care and stay financially savvy. Now, this episode of Ask Ralph is brought to you by Saggio Accounting. Visit saggioaccounting.com to learn more about how they can assist you with your tax-saving strategies and financial management, specifically tailored for barbers and professionals in the cosmetology industry.
Thank you for joining us on the Ask Ralph podcast. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to our next episode. And remember, financial issues don't have to be complicated. Just ask Ralph. The information contained in this episode of Ask Ralph is based on data available as of the date of its release. Saggio Accounting Plus and Ask Ralph Media, Inc. is under no obligation to update this content if changes occur. Applying this information to your specific situation requires careful consideration of all facts and circumstances, and any information provided is not to be considered as financial, tax, or legal advice. Please consult your tax advisor or attorney before acting on any material covered.